Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? A lot to do tonight. Waiting for the KOF update right now. That's why I'm on a little bit earlier. Need a save point. There's nothing over here. I'm feeling much better. Just needed a night off. Alright, so what do I do here? I need to go back and play that again, huh? Well, next month I'm not going to have funds to buy too many games, so it's very likely I'll go back to that. Wasn't my favorite hunting game by far. It wasn't terrible. I think the clones are a lot better, honestly. But that's just me. It's looking like this is a boss to me. Sure is. See how long this takes. This must be the final boss before the last area. It has to be. I've explored like 85% of the map. There can't possibly be much left. Yeah, 87%. That's like the final dungeon and cleanup. That's all that can be left at this point. Approaching the end of days here. Okay, this guy's gonna waste my time. What are they adding? Can you tell me? Post it in the chat. I'm curious. Yeah, I haven't looked at the mods. Just tell me what it is, dude. I'm in the game right now. Just tell me what it is. Fuck. Second try. Not bad. No, I remember watching it when I was very young. But I got the name from KOF, KOF 2001. So I was like a teenager when that game came out. That's how old I am. I just thought the character was cool. Alright, I think I got everything now. Alright, so let's just, let's teleport out of here. Alright, so it's down here. Down here was the area to go. Those strength potions really help. Once you figure out a boss, can really shred through them fast. I might be able to finish this tonight. We'll see. But if I start getting tilted, I've got lots of other games to play tonight, so just a warning. Don't get too attached. No attachment. It's just this game comes out tomorrow, so I'd like to finish it tonight, but if I start getting pissed off, I'm gonna switch games here. And I'm like at the cusp of finishing this. There can't possibly be much left. Basically done revisits of every major area in the game. There are like 6 extra bosses. Hidden Gem Gamers. That's a very good Very good account name. Yeah, it sucks how many studios get poached to make a million Call of Duty games. Shit is depressing. I like how it's a big deal they're like not making a Call of Duty next year. I'm like, dude, the break has been long overdue. They've done World War II, like, this is like the 5th time they've done World War II. That's how you know you're out of ideas. Even Dynasty Warriors and Star Wars aren't that bad. You know, you're always going to be doing the Battle of Hoth in, like, every Star Wars game, the Yellow Turban Rebellion and Dynasty Warriors, but, like, the difference is there's other parts of those games that are unique. Like, they've done World War II, like, 5 times. That should be the dictionary definition of franchise fatigue right there. Both Call of Duty and Assassin's Creed are taking breaks, I think. Long overdue. I just don't understand what people want with Call of Duty, because as somebody who, like, I have no interest in playing them because I don't like shooters, like, it was more interesting when they had, like, powers, like, double jumps, and it was more like Unreal Tournament. That seemed more interesting to me. It seems like people really struck back against them trying to do something different besides World War II for the 800th time. I don't know, it's weird to me. You think after 5 World War II games that people would want, like, something different. The Call of Duty mines. That's pretty accurate. That's the point of no return right there. But that's what happens when you commit to putting out a game of that size every year. There's no way that one studio can do that. They already crunched them like an inhuman amount of hours to get those games out every year, but then they have to, like, play musical chairs with the studios. Imagine the people that made Basara are probably tired of being stuck on the 8 billionth Resident Evil game, but the job's a job. It's gotta get tiresome. I think Resident Evil is like the main, like, AAA franchise that needs a reboot. Whoa! Thank you. Thank you for the 20 bucks. Just a heads up, next time use the link in my chat, because I won't see that for 2 months. I'll still get it though. You didn't do anything wrong. Thank you very much. It's nice you have to do that. I've never seen anyone here before. Thank you very much. Resident Evil definitely needs a reboot. I strongly believe it desperately needs a reboot, because it's like... It was kind of cool at the start, how it was always the same world. They didn't do like a Final Fantasy or Tales thing, where like it's always like a different planet. And there's very little, if any, narrative connection, but... The problem is that it's been in the same world and they've had like 10 zombie outbreaks at this point. Like, like their planet would be like ravaged even more than ours is by this pandemic and all the environment stuff. It just stopped making sense. It's like, you really need to reboot it. Their society would not function. Like, how are there still any humans left? They've had like so many zombies. It was a little bit more believable when it was like contained to like a couple states in like one city. And now it's just like out of control. It just doesn't even make any sense anymore. Society would cease to function. Yeah, they're on like their 10th zombie outbreak in the Resident Evil universe. It's like, they're not even trying to make it make sense anymore. Don't they have like straight up werewolves like lycanthropes in the Resident Evil Village? there's like werewolves and like gigantic spiders and like all this stuff. It's like, how does anybody live like a normal life? You think with the infection rate, like there'd be like no humans left at all. Yeah, they really need to reboot it. Start fresh, and then they can go another 30 years putting those games out. I think Resident Evil 4 was like where it started getting ridiculous, because that's like all the way in Europe, like really far disconnected from whatever Raccoon City's supposed to represent, like the Midwest or something. It's like, okay, the whole other continent on the other side of the globe, they have these zombie people walking around, like... The movies like that, too. Yeah, it's well past the point of suspension of disbelief. It's just completely far gone. Did I read my super chat? Yes, I got it. Thank you. I got your super chat. Thank you very much. Greatly appreciated. Yes, I read it. I think Call of Duty needs to take a break, honestly. Come up with something else. Especially since it seems like the community is so allergic to, like, powers and stuff. No, I'm not into Call of Duty at all, man. I don't play shooters at all. I had a very brief stint with shooters when I was in high school, like, over 20 years ago. But I mostly just played them so I could fit in, because I had a really rough time in high school. After that, I never played them again, pretty much. Plus, arena shooters died, and those were, like, the only ones I really liked. Now everything is, it's either Call of Duty or it's an arena shooter. It's like the two things you get. Zelda, outside of the Musou games, last Zelda I beat was Minish Cap, so not really. Breath of the Wild looks like everything I hate about games. Big, dead, open world. I did beat Age of Calamity, but mainline Zelda, last one I did was Minish Cap, like 17 years ago. Oh, come on, man! Fucking guy with the projectile spam. So annoying. He'd better not respawn. Please stay dead. I hate boss rushes like this. I just want to finish this game. God, man, why don't they have to recycle the bosses in every game? Especially if this is just the same boss, just give them so much health. I have like so much damage and they just take forever to kill. Like, just give me the final boss. I've been fighting bosses like non-stop for hours. So there have to be a boss rush. At least give me the save point closer. I'm gonna stop getting killed in 2 hits. I don't like games where the health bars just doesn't even mean anything. He does one combo and I'm dead every time. There's nothing I can do about it. Stupid skeleton fucker ruined it. He was dead. All those attacks, that stupid projectile spammer, still alive somehow. Come on, just give me a save point next to the boss. The most annoying thing about this game is like I just want to fight the boss again. I don't want to run all the way back. When I get in there, that boss better be dead. Fucking killed him. It's this stupid guy here fucking ruined everything. Good, he's still dead. Thanks for having some mercy. God, it's really frustrating. This reminds me a little bit of Mega Man X5 had this problem. Where they recycle all the bosses, but they give them like 10 billion more health. It's like, you're already kind of tired of the game at that point. It's definitely less frustrating when they recycle bosses when they just put them in rooms with save points. When I have to keep running back, it gets really, really annoying. This fucker here, if he hits me with anything, like 70% of my health is gone. This game definitely needs, like, triple the save point. No, I'm not gonna do that, sorry. You're welcome to donate, but those aren't the kinds of games I like to play. You wouldn't want to watch me play that, dude. Be a miserable experience watching me play like a shooter. Yeah, that's not my kind of game, man. Sorry. I like a very specific type of game. Thanks for the offer, though. You don't have to send me any money. You've done enough. I don't want to do that. I don't think that's going to be good for either party. Playing something like that. I can't stand those kinds of games. Not for me. Thank you, though. You donate if you want to support me, not to get me to play a game, because I wouldn't like it. I can't stand shooters. Actually, those games kind of make me feel a little bit nauseous. I also don't have a good mouse, because I play, like, everything on controller, so it's more reason to not take you up on your offer. Yeah, I'm the wrong channel for that. Pretty much any kind of shooter I won't play. First person anyway, first or third person. I might play the new Gungrave when it comes out. That game's been vaporware forever. I don't know when that game's coming out. This is annoying, man. Why do we have to recycle these bosses and make me run back for 2 minutes? Just put them in a room. Have you learned nothing from Mega Man? It's actually fun in those games because you have a checkpoint right there. They don't waste your time with normal enemies. This is frustrating. Why don't they have to recycle the bosses again? I'm gonna give this another couple tries. This game's starting to piss me off. It really is. I hate the walk of shame to get back. It's so irritating. Just spawn me next to the boss. I'm gonna give them this much health. Like endgame gear and all these stats. And they still take like 500 hits to kill. At least just make it like Mega Man. Spawn me next to them and just let me kill them. Get rid of the rest. This boss is like 4 times the health it had last time. God damn it. Generated. Ugh. Just gonna make me fight every boss again, are you? It's just I have a low frustration threshold as it is, as demonstrated by this game starting to get on my nerves, so taking money for something I wouldn't normally play and have a very high chance of not liking is not going to be pleasant for either party. Because the person donating will feel bad that I don't like the game, and I feel forced to play it because someone sent me money, and then I'm not happy because, you know, it's not the kind of game I like, or we just don't like the game. So, I appreciate your offer, but no, I'm not gonna do that. I would feel terrible about taking an offer like that. Oh, good. Are we done? Is this the end? Is this the end of days here? Is the game done? How much of the map is left? Like 7%. I don't really need to level up anymore. Thing about this game, I think one of its biggest flaws is the combat is quite good. It's better than stuff like Bloodstained by a very large margin. The problem is that, like, almost everything kills you in 2 hits, so... And the save points are so far apart. They're very sparse, so... Sometimes it gets to the point where you just want to go to the next save point, and then go back and grind. They actually have a lot of drops on the monsters, too, which is, like, better than a lot of other indie Metroidvanias. It's just, you can't really use, like, fight them. You can't reliably fight them, because you're gonna be repeating the same content over and over, which gets very mentally draining. I feel like if this game had... the enemies did, like, slightly less damage, like 20 or 30% less damage, and there were more save points, it would be more worth it to fight the enemies. The experience and stuff helps, but the backtracking in this game is really frustrating because you don't get anything resembling like a Black Panther equivalent. You get nothing of the sort in this game, so you gotta walk back really slow. You gotta walk back really slow. You have no means of traversing quickly. I think traversal is, like, the most lacking thing in this game. Yeah, I think this is the final boss. I think I'm at the final boss right now. Pretty sure I'm at the final boss. Problem is I can't get more pots because it didn't give me a fast travel point. I gotta make do with what I've got. Traversal is very weak in this game. This game is heavily carried by the combat. The combat is quite good, especially for this kind of game. Well, this game hasn't had any second forms at all. Second forms, there's phases. Phases in this game, no forms. If he had stayed like that, I would have killed him really fast. Because I can parry his attacks. Which gives me a fat defense debuff. We'll see, though. I think I'll finish this tonight. And then I got other games to play. Shredded him that time. I don't think this will take too long. As long as he doesn't turn into like a big Final Fantasy boss. The guy with sword, I mean, that's I can't complain about that. Yeah, the name of this game is really unfortunate. I don't know what to say about it other than that. Wadida! thing I don't like about this game is the parry is very satisfying, but it has very arbitrary, nonsensical rules on when you can parry stuff. The first form is fun because I can actually parry his attacks and land a punish. But when he turns into the big Final Fantasy boss, I can't do that anymore. And I think that's a major buzzkill. Like, you should just let me parry everything. It's nice that the health bar doesn't matter. I can only take one hit. I've leveled up my health so many times. Now I have to sit through all this long loading and walking. I really wish he did not transform. I wish it was just a guy with a sword. Because then the mechanics would actually work. Nope, as soon as he turns big, you can't parry him anymore, so... the main, like, gameplay mechanic doesn't work. Which really bothers me. Wadida! Let's see, do I have darkness damage? Those things. Second form is not fun. Just can't parry him anymore, so I'm like not really caring at this point. And that's why I was hoping it would not transform, as then I knew my parry would stop working. It's not fun when boss fights just strip you of game mechanics. Never fun. At least have some kind of signal that you can't parry it. Wadida! Look at that tracking. Wow. I told him how stupid that is in the email. Why can't he completely do a 180 and hit me when he misses his attack? I can't fucking parry it. It's like worse than Tekken tracking. Look at that. I dodged behind him. I dodged behind him and he just turns around. It's so unfair. Whack. Is there anything I can do to make this second form less annoying? I don't think there's anything I can do. Just gonna have to just keep grinding this out. Second form is not fun. Look at that! How was that not a parry? Why did he just go through it? Why can't you just stay as a guy with a sword and not transform? Because the game mechanics were actually working, and I was having fun. But just like every other game, when they turn into a big monster, the mechanics stop working. And the game is less fun. Parries are so satisfying in this game. It's really arbitrary whether they work or not. should at least, if they're gonna stick with this design where you just randomly can't parry attacks, you should at least, like, make them flash red or something. I think that would make it quite a lot better. I don't know if there's anything in here that will really help. Come on, respawn faster. First form is basically pointless. The second form where he starts cheating. Maybe the crit damage will help. I don't fucking know. I'm already, like, kind of over this boss. I'm just gonna do that 3 times, huh? You're not even gonna melee attack anymore, just shoot. I had to wait like another minute to respawn. Give us another couple tries. This game's starting to get on my nerves. I don't know why we can't just make a humanoid boss that does not transform or subvert the game mechanics. Those are the best bosses. You never get them anymore. You always have to transform into some big demon. Just stay like this. Just die instantly, and I have to wait another 2 minutes. What's the point of the health bar? I think at this point I could take, like, more than 2 hits, but no. Just give me something that just kills this fucker instantly. Zero fun. It's like the debuffs don't even matter, because you just die instantly. Like, why even have the debuffs? The thing I can think of is just stack crit damage and just burst him down. It's just zero fun when he transforms. You can't parry anymore. At least I don't have to sit through a cutscene every time. It's the worst. Just die. Stay like this. Don't transform. The hitbox on that! I'm like behind him! You can't give them massive hitboxes. Take away your defensive mechanic. And then make it take off like 60% of your health. It's just not fun. You have like 1 or 2 of those things, not all 3. God damn it. Just die. Finally got a guy with a sword and he has to turn into a gimmick boss. Stay like that. I wish I could skip this phase. It's only gonna take another couple tries, hopefully. Just he gets bullshit hitboxes. It covers like half the screen. Fair. Oh, I have these. This will help. Alright, well, I'm gonna pop one of those once he goes into his unfun form. That should allow me to keep dashing. I'm trying to avoid having to go all the way back, because they didn't give me a fucking save point, or a fast travel point at all. It'd been nice they gave me that. I could go back and buy stuff, but can't. Just pop that really quick. Look at that! That's such bullshit! Why is he able to turn completely around? That's so unfair! Bullshit! That's why I hate when they take away the parry, because the parry counters the bullshit tracking. But they fucking take it away from you for some reason. Why? Give me a fun game mechanic, don't ever take it away. Cheap boss. Such bullshit. It feels so cheating when he just keeps doing that over and over. Fuck you. Oh, now you're just gonna spam that non-stop? Fair. Fuck this stupid boss. Why the fuck can't I parry? Hate when final bosses do this. Oh, sorry, that mechanic you like? We're just gonna take it away. It's just gone for no reason. Items don't come back when you die either, it just makes this worse. I just get killed and stuck in hit stun instantly, I can't move. I don't feel like playing this anymore, it's really starting to get me heated. These boss fights are not fun. Why can't he just stay as the guy with the sword? Yeah, it's just always garbage when a boss just takes the game mechanics away. It's not fun. Plus, it makes, like, learning how to use that mechanic feel pointless, because it just stops working, and there's no reason why it stops working. It's just arbitrary bullshit where the guy, it doesn't work anymore, and just, it sucks. That second form is just so cheap. That's the biggest problem with that game, is the fact that you can't take any hits at all. Like, nothing helps you take less damage. But those big bosses cheat so much. How you dash behind them, you clearly, like, reacted properly, but then they just turn around and hit you, and their hitbox is still active. You're not anywhere near that responsive. It just feels unfair. I don't know why you can just, like, leave the guy with the sword. See how much fun it was when I could parry him? But then that stops working. He turns into the big Final Fantasy boss, and I can't do anything to him anymore. It's bullshit. Yeah, that game was giving me a headache. I have to stop playing it. I don't feel like playing that anymore. That game is a good game, but it's just got that blatantly unfair stuff. It just makes you wonder, like, why is it like that? That was kind of the problem with Bayonetta 2. Bayonetta 2 was like that as well, actually. Bayonetta 2 is basically the humanoid bosses. You couldn't really do anything to them unless they were in witch time. And the witch time was like half a second. So, basically you're just dodging around fishing for witch time. Yeah, that game is really frustrating. The boss fights are really disjointed in that game. Some of them you shred in seconds, and then other ones like that, they just completely cheat. I'm not really in the mood for it right now. It's starting to really get me stressed out.
Damn, how many of the...
This, according to the...
Then there might be...
Yeah, I don't feel like playing that anymore tonight. It's starting to get me really pissed off. I don't need that right now. I've had a very difficult couple days. That boss is just not fun. There's everything wrong with the game. It's never fun when bosses just ignore the game mechanics. It's always trash. Varying degrees, but... This game is pretty solid. I'm really enjoying it. It's fun. I think the other thing with HunterX is the bosses that you can't parry. The game kind of falls apart because it takes stamina to dash, and the problem is that the bosses, there's a couple bosses like that last one, where they attack non-stop. And since you can't parry, you can't reset them. You can't get the damage debuff or the defense debuff. But then you also can't replenish your stamina, so it just feels like the game just stops working. I played a lot of games like that, where that kind of thing happens. They think it's cool to like have a boss that's different, but when the difference comes from them ignoring game mechanics, it never really feels satisfying. I might play it more maybe at the end of the stream. Yes, they do. Damn. Yeah, this game is like, it's like a better version of the Devil Breakers in DMC 5. I know that's kind of a broad comparison, but that's pretty much what it is. You can switch to them at any time. They have switch attacks. And there's lots of things that make it so you need to keep switching. It feels pretty good. The only thing I really don't like about this game is that it does not have dodge offset, and it's got like Dynasty Warriors charge attacks, so it can be a little bit awkward if you want to get to a more powerful attack, and you kind of have to wait. Like, that part sucks. It definitely could use dodge offsetting. Aside from that, this game is pretty solid. I played way worse games than this. The slow weapon actually feels really good to use too, which is, they deserve the Nobel Peace Prize for that. Because usually in these kinds of fast-paced action games, the slow weapon is like a death sentence. Not here. The parry is pretty good. A really generous window on it. Tell this game was heavily inspired by DMC5. I don't know when they started development on this, but you can tell that. Yeah, he actually feels better to play with the same kind of mechanic that Nero has, where, you know, the swords break and you have to keep refreshing them. It feels a lot better here because you have access to all of them at once, and you can switch whenever you want to. Like, here's the new one, the Gunblade. I haven't tried that yet. I kind of want to wait till I get out of this area. Problem with Nero is a lot of the arms were trash. They were too situational, and you couldn't switch between them at will, so a lot of times you didn't want to take them. Even some of the break gauges weren't that good. I think this game does a good job of, like, allowing you to switch, but also giving you a good reason to. I'd say the main thing this game is missing is dodge offset. I think that would make it a little bit more feasible to get to the final chains and combos. Can I not parry that? Hopefully if they do a DMC6, they make Nero play more like this, where you can actually switch between them on the fly. Now, of course, I have to give a disclaimer. If you have the PC version, you can already do that. But, I mean in terms of the intended base non-modded design, it would be really cool if they had that. I think it adds quite a bit of strategy, and the movesets aren't small, or aren't large, but it's definitely a pretty big incentive to switch. You don't want to stay on the same weapon for too long, especially because you get extra cancels when you switch. Some of the switch attacks are really good. Damn it, Suno's gonna retire? Oh, they'll definitely make another one. Definitely make another one.
Hey, Ben and SB had the production facility keycard.
I'm so sick and tired.
Whether it'll be any good is another question.
Let's go back up and open...
DMC6 is a when at this point, not an if. They just announced it sold 5 million copies. They're not gonna leave that money on the table. They will make another one. Let's see, what's in here that would help? Are you enjoying the game? How's the port? I haven't played it yet. I mean, I've already played the game to death, so it's like not really a new thing to me. It's getting some bad reviews on Steam because it doesn't come with everything, which I think is pretty shady. I'm not gonna lie. To be honest with you, we should have charged like 20 bucks for it and just had everything. I think people are they're definitely overreacting a bit. Because it's like most of it is just the costumes. The costumes don't have any kind of gameplay advantage at all. Yeah, it's still pretty shitty that they didn't include it. That they went for the Dragon Ball Fighters business model. Dragon Ball Fighters business model where the game is like $3. There's like $80 of DLC, which is a really big turnoff to a lot of people.
Open the door using the production facility. This must be the NSB production facility.
The energy core must be here.
Boss? It's a big boy. Well, apparently it still has the microtransactions too. I think that's warranted.
I think we'll
The game
be
is
able
not
to move
pay to
the
win
train if
at
we
all,
take the energy
but
core out of that big one.
still having all that stuff in there is setting a bad precedent. What's up, Dissidia?
Damn it. How did a 1,000-year-old... Why are we doing all...
Well, but the frontier orbit. There must.
How... I'm curious.
Yes, I know.
That's...
Yeah, the deluxe bundle is it's mostly just costumes. The costumes are really nice in that game, but they have no gameplay advantage. But yeah, it's the same problem with a lot of fighting games these days. Tekken 7, Dragon Ball Fighters. They put the game on sale for like $2 and then there's like $80 of DLC. And that really turns people off. I think the costumes should have been like included in the package. They should have charged like a higher base price. Anyone saying the game is pay to win is lying, though. That game has the lightest microtransactions. It's just you put it on PC. There's a pretty fair expectation that you're either going to remove that or like price the game accordingly to remove it. Nope, it's same thing. No, the microtransactions in that game are very, very light. Not bad at all. The $6 price tag is a lie, pretty much. Like, I already bought everything. I already, like, maxed out the microtransactions in that game. I spend, like, $1 on it a month. That is not... It's not a whale game at all. It's not. Having to buy all that again, and they don't have any kind of account transfer really sucks, too. It's not really the money. I mean, it is right now. See, I'm trying to raise funds. It's mostly the time. So I've been playing that game for like 6 months now. Otherworld Legends.
There shouldn't be any more problems, right? If I was
The train. We lost contact with the control room.
Don't beat around the bush.
You know. The central door is locked. There must be a keycard nearby. Let's pass through the central door with this keycard. Keep going straight and you'll arrive at the control tower. Oh no, they might mess with the train.
Oh, it just took me back. Wow, that's legendary. Normally they like to pad out games like that. Like, oh, you need to go all the way back. For, like, no real reason. Just add another 30 minutes of game time. Like, just gonna teleport you back. Genius game design.
That thing is huge.
Remember that thing that was licking your face, but that little one?
Yes. Wait.
Something that big could...
Okay, that did like 0 damage. Is that better than just giving me a stun state? Okay. Last boss was better. Gimmick boss. Just hit him normally, please. It'd do so much more damage than the stupid QTE. What am I supposed to do? How the critical rage mechanic doesn't even matter. This is a gimmick boss fight. Game didn't need QTEs. Doing pretty good without them. Gotta meet the quota. There's gonna be some boss that you can't just fight normally. Could have killed him by now if he didn't have this QTE. This boss sucks. There's always had to be a boss like this. Get back that robot. The robot was good. Please just kill it on the next cycle. Music's good at least. Come on, stop making me do this. Just let me damage it normally. What is this, man? This is trash. I hate bosses like this. I don't get what I'm supposed to do. Like, it tells me to push the button, but it doesn't do any damage. This is garbage. What's wrong with just normal boss fights? You hit the guy and he dies. These boss fights are just not fun because it's so scripted. You have no control over how much damage you do. Die, please. Let's go back to normal boss fights. be like a max of 3 cycles. It's gonna make me do like 5 cycles, isn't it? Never want to fight this boss again. Now they have to make it blinding, make it worse. Just kill it, please. Do more damage. I like how the slash doesn't even do any damage. It's hurting my eyes. I want it to be over. Please stop running away. I gotta do another cycle. Are they out of their minds? Dude, this boss fight is not worth... It's not worth this, man. Not at all. I've liked every other boss fight. This is terrible. Hot garbage. Fights like this, the problem with them is if you die, you can't speed it up. That's why these fights are bad. You know, that HunterX boss was frustrating too, but at least the damage and stuff, that the way that I build the character actually makes a direct difference in how long the fight is. This is just heavily scripted. Like, if I die, I have to do all this again, and there's nothing I can do to speed it up. Like an MMO boss. Please don't make me do this ever again. I hope this boss never comes back. It's been like 10 minutes. Please just kill it. Oh my god, man. I have to wait for it to do this whole thing again. This boss is awful. Dude, you could take this boss out of this game and the review score would go up 10 points. What is the katana gonna help, dude? How's it gonna help? I can't damage him directly. If I'm doing something wrong, then tell me. Not damaging him. Doesn't make a difference. Yeah, I know that, but this boss, the only thing that damages him is the QTE. Decent point, hitting him right now. God, that was terrible. It's like they got the shit boss fight out of the way. Met their quota. I don't know if there was a way I could have sped that up, dude. Didn't seem like the katana was doing any damage.
That was a close one.
H, everything is ready to go.
I'm happy to hear that.
You know, this chick looks like every Korean MMO character. That's how you tell this is Korean developed, that character right there. The main character, he doesn't really look like a Korean game character, but that character looks straight out of like Lineage 2 or something. Like blatantly obvious. This game doesn't really look Korean developed at all, but then you see that character, it's like, oh, alright.
I thought
I don't even have to look at the credits anymore.
I think we're almost there.
I taste sand in my mouth. Is there really a shelter in this desert?
Frontier built a shelter in a small desert that had only a few crystals.
Yes, this is Korean
No one
developed.
knows how these crystals affect the human body.
I guess there was no other choice. Anyway, you said there's a space takeoff and landing facility inside?
Which means you should support this game, because Korea used to put out a lot of cool stuff, but now all they really make is
Just have to follow that
MMOs.
spaceship calling signaler.
They're very low diversity in their game development. So a game like this come out of Korea and not like
Considering
Japan
that the
is
signaler
pretty
is
cool.
operating, there must also be a spaceship.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. Frontier's technology is truly outstanding. Their ancient technology
Well, a lot of these
actually
foreign
isn't
games,
too far
they
behind
think that
orbits. And seeing as how
if
it's
they
still
put it in
working
their base
perfectly
language,
fine.
their native language, that
At the end
people
of the
won't like
day,
it. So
It's a collapsed civilization. It was forgotten without ever having left behind any
PGR is like that
significant
too.
history.
So is
There was Deucalion, who achieved what Frontier wouldn't even dare to
Aether
try.
Gazer. Honkai Impact's another one.
Founded
Most
order,
people use the Japanese
saved all
voices.
of humankind.
They probably have data on how many people are using the Japanese voices compared to the Chinese Mandarin ones. What was wrong with Kingdom Under Fire 2? Never played it. Yeah. Korea has a very, very low genre diversity. And pretty much all they make is MMOs. Used to be more cool stuff coming out of there, but things like DFO became popular, and that was the end of that. I put a stop to that real fast. Alright, well, let's wait for KOF to come up. It's gonna be up in like 15 minutes. That game is really fun, Ultra H. And what's even better is they already said that they're gonna do a roguelite mode for that game, which I think is I don't know the word for it. Good. We'll just call it good. It's like there aren't that many roguelikes with an emphasis on melee combat. That game and Bloody Spell are getting roguelike modes sometime in the near future. So, those games have pretty good combat. So I could definitely see myself playing those games a lot. I hear one of the main complaints about Ultra Age when it launched on console was that it had like no replay value. There wasn't even like a new game plus, so you couldn't really treat it like a DMC game where you have the extra difficulties and you can max out your character. Apparently, I don't know if the PC version is like that now, but apparently in the console version, there was no new game plus, so you couldn't even upgrade everything. But they took like 6 months to make that port. It's clear that they were working really hard on it. It's definitely a pretty solid game. That boss fight was trash, but I mean every action game has a boss like that. The ones that like to just waste your time, they're heavily scripted. That sounds about right. Well, it's really good to see a game like Ultra Age come out of Korea. Skull the Hero Slayer as well, Unsold, Steel Assault, Blade Assault. Like, those games are really solid, and they're not MMOs. There's like, the problem with Korea as a game dev country is a lot of their games have pretty good combat. But the problem is because they're online games, it always devolves into how much damage you do. The bosses start to just subvert the game mechanics. The end game is basically just how much damage you do and how much you spend. Oh, it's like those games have pretty decent combat. Some of them are actually even really good, but the fact that they have to be online games and they have to keep people playing and they have to be making money every month, it really hurts the overall design. So definitely support Ultra Age, despite how shitty that boss fight was. That game is really solid, and I want to see more games like that come from their country. They've been making action games for ages. They put out more than like almost Japan does, but it's just they're all online games, so it comes with all the problems with that. The pay to win, the microtransactions, the game mechanics like not mattering past a certain point. DFO is a prime example. The new characters in DFO are like super fun to play, but then you get to the end game and everything is just in hyper armor, and like all the properties and moves and stuff like don't even matter at that point. So it's cool to just see like a straight action game come from that country where there's none of that stuff. It's just a solid game. It's not like revolutionary triple S tier like Assault Spy, but it's a good game. It's solid, it's fun to play, responsive, everything you want pretty much. And I like how it's got its own like unique combat system. They didn't just copy DMC. They actually tried to do their own unique thing, which I think is pretty commendable these days. Terra is shutting down for good. Didn't the global version shut down for that ages ago? That Critica just shut down like 2 months ago. I follow a Korean player who plays on the Korean server. I was watching him play. He had a frame rate counter in the upper left hand corner, and like the game is running at like 100 FPS. So that guy clearly has a pretty decent computer. Maybe not like top of the line, but like more than enough to run that game. And then he started casting his moves, and it went down to like 40 FPS. I'm like, well, that's why that game died. That's why that game died. The game engine and the gameplay just like do not mix at all. They never wanted to upgrade it, which is another problem with Korean games is they have like really crappy proprietary engines that don't scale well with high-end hardware. Critica is a prime example. That game drops frames like crazy when you're in raids. It doesn't matter how good your computer is because it's the engine is the problem. Yeah, stat checks are how they keep people playing, as they realize that like the amount of people that are like me that are more mechanics focused. I do like a grind. I play a lot of grindy games on these channels, on this channel, but I like it when the skill still means something. Uh, there's a much smaller population of players that want that. A lot of them want to just one-shot stuff and subvert all the game mechanics. So it's in a weird limbo kind of thing, where like I think they want to make games like that, but they realize that the money is with the whales. People spending like thousands of dollars every month. Why does it not have controller support? Because in their country, they're heavily keyboard and mouse based. You'd be surprised how many mobile games come out with no controller support. Genshin Impact doesn't have one. Like, I can't imagine how much a pain it is to play a big open world, like, console quality game on a touchscreen. Aether Gazer, I was playing that earlier today at my kitty sitting stream. Uh, that game has no controller support. They're tone deaf in a lot of ways. They really are. it's it's just being out of touch. That's one of the things that killed Critica. They added controller support, but the problem with that game is not that. It's the engine. The engine and the raids trying to actually be skill based, and this just didn't mix. You can't expect a player to dodge attacks that one shot them when the game is running at like 20 FPS. Like, it just doesn't work that way. That's an unrealistic request. You know, you can do that on like Final Fantasy XIV or something, which has been optimized to the point where the frame rate doesn't tank. But they didn't listen, and that's one of the things that's killed that game. Closers had the same problem. Closers was fine until you got into a raid, and then it started dropping frames. And you look at your computer's health, and it's like the usage is not even that high. It's like the engine is the problem. You're gonna make a bunch of bosses in permanent hyper armor and make them one-shot you, then that engine had better be rock solid. Like, it's unrealistic to expect players to dodge stuff when the game is not optimized to the point where that kind of style of gameplay is even feasible. So that's the other thing about that Ultra Age game is it's a Korean game that's just using Unreal Engine, so it runs pretty well. I put it on the normal settings and it like never drops below 100 FPS. You know, if I get hit by something, I feel like it's my fault. It's not the engine dropping frames and eating my inputs, which is a problem in a lot of Korean MMOs. Is they don't want to use a mainline engine, so they have whatever jank they coded themselves, and then you get to the end game, and the game engine doesn't really mesh well with what they're expecting out of the player. I definitely had fun with Critica, yeah. When I got to the raids, I stopped playing it. I'm already like really sensitive to crap frame rates, but you know that can be a nitpicky thing sometimes, for sure. But in that situation, it's not a nitpick. It's like a straight criticism. Yeah, that's why you should support games like Ultra Age coming out of their country, because it means that there's been some progression. Like making another type of game. They're already pretty good at making combat systems, to be honest. They're one of the best countries outside besides Japan. But you know, it's all shackled to MMO mechanics and stuff, and systems and microtransactions and stat checks and stuff, and that really jeopardizes it a lot. Ultra Age is like, what if we don't have any of that shit? It's just Just a straight action game with no frills. Alright, should be up now. I mean, that's one of the things that's good about PGR Dissidia, is that you can spend a lot of money in that game and still get killed, because it's skill-based. You don't really have that many stat checks in that game. It's not spend, like, a small fortune to become invincible and one-shot stuff. You still have to actually play the game. It's very hard to find service games like that, especially mobile ones. Yes, there's power creep. Yes, there's characters that are better, but the way the game is designed, you can't just stand there and tank stuff and be invincible and, like, push one button and kill everything. You have to actually play the game. There are good gacha games out there with actual gameplay. It's just 99% of them are turn-based autoplay, spending your life's fortune for JPEGs. There are good ones out there. I play the good ones on this channel. This one I'm playing right now is not the best, but I enjoy it for what it is. And I like the IP it's based on as well, so that helps. But yeah, these games can be very destructive to play. Hear about people, like, going homeless and getting divorced and shit playing these games as they spend like 10 grand in one transaction. The thing about this game is it actually has... There's two good things about the microtransactions game. The first is there's nothing in the game that requires maxing out the character. So, and the second is if you do spend money, they give you a pretty good value. I suggest PGR. PGR is very microtransaction light. I suggest playing that game. So in that game, like, buying the monthly card and the stamina card is enough to get every character, every patch. That game is not predatory at all. It is like hundreds of dollars to max out a character, but like I said, there's nothing in the game that requires it, and it doesn't make you invincible, so it's what I like to call a whale trap. It makes them money from people that have, like, lots of disposable income, but There's nothing in the game that requires it, so it doesn't matter. I don't care if some guy goes homeless spending like 10K on a game. I don't care. They support the development of the game and the service of it. But yeah, PGR is very microtransaction light. It does feel like a slog, yes, but at least it's not pay to win. I don't know why the game's not up yet. I thought it was supposed to be up at midnight. So usually the game comes up at midnight. Yeah. Student loans for gold. What is even the point of doing that in DFO? Like, what are the gold sinks in DFO right now? I mean, all the best stuff you have to grind for. You have to grind for, like, everything good in that game. Ah, I guess. Didn't they make it so you can go up to plus 12 without it breaking, though? Oh, well, see, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Whale trap. Whale trap. I don't know if other people call it a whale trap, but that's what I call it. Like, stuff that's in the game that makes you stronger. There's nothing in the game that requires it, but they have it there because people like that spend a lot of money on it. There's still such a major, reliance on satyrs. It's always the thing that sucked about that game. You need a satyr to do anything, and they're boring to play, so most people don't want to play them, which has been a problem in service games since the dawn of time. We need a healer. Too bad healers are dreadfully boring to play, and like most sane people don't want to play them. They create like a huge demand for them. Alright, I'm doing my PGR stuff and you guys can't see it because you only have enough fatigue for one run. Legit not worth setting up the capture card. You guys can hear it. It's censored right now, okay? Or censored right now. I'm not going to set up the capture card for 10 minutes of gameplay. "16 buffers. Well, aren't they making it so you can't carry people anymore? Isn't that what's going on in that game now? Which I'm like vehemently against, because I don't even like the raids in that game. Because I have to deal with the community. It's like enough reason right there. You gonna retire? Yeah. I think a lot of people feel that way. I don't know, DFO is such a decrepit corpse of a game as it is already. It's an old-ass game. Alright, I'll post this in the chat, since I'm not showing my gameplay right now. I'm being selfish. Let me go ahead and post this in my Discord. Alright, let me post this. There you go. Homeboy's maxed out. I got two memories of the fifth and sixth one I need to do, but I just awakened him. So now I have an ice character. I don't have Lucia Plume yet, but I had enough resources. Just a couple days after he came out, he's done. So now I can probably not gonna bother with the compositor. Probably not gonna bother with her. I'm gonna save up for Lucia Plume. Get her next, because I'm very close to pity on weapon. So I'm gonna save up a bunch of points and try to get pity for her. I don't think she comes out until next 2 weeks from now, though. And yeah, then I need to work on the fire team. But yeah, I was literally on the game for like 5 minutes, so I didn't feel like setting up the capture card just for that. Kind of pointless. I guess I can play some Aether Gazer. Seeming like the new Kyo is disappointing. Yeah, I heard that game was not that popular. Dying Light 2. I know Deathloop kind of bombed as well. What's wrong with Dying Light 2? Seems like that game kind of died off pretty fast. But they supported the first one for like years, didn't they? I think they were putting out stuff for that game like uh, up until the second one came out. I don't really hear anybody talk about either of those games anymore. Deathloop in particular. I heard it had de novo as well, so people got pissed about that, which is good. they got they got a light fire lit up under their ass for doing the de novo. Good old de novo anti-tamper DRM. I don't know how anyone can still claim that. Anyone can claim that de novo is not bad. And I experienced it firsthand because when DMC5 came out, Capcom themselves leaked the EXE of the game that did not have de novo, and the game loads so much faster. like that's all that needs to be said right there. You can go look up a video of that game at launch on PC. Somebody actually showing like the entire process of starting up the game, and then you can load up the game now and you have an instant comparison. But yeah, I remember there was a lot of drama with Dying Light 2 because they put de novo. Monster Hunter Rise still has it too. It makes the game run worse. The good thing about Monster Hunter Rise is apparently when you put it at anything above 60 FPS, the game stops functioning properly anyway. So relative non-issue. Yeah, Kyo doesn't seem that good. This guy is a Korean player of this game, and he provides a great service. He doesn't seem like he's worth getting. Doesn't seem like he doesn't really speak much English, but it doesn't seem like he's gonna awaken him any farther. He does not seem worth the investment. I'm hearing the card set is really busted though, and I have like 10,000 rubies, so 10,000 rubies is enough for like one card pity. I might not even bother with him. But right now, he doesn't look like he has much, especially because he's a fire character, and neither of the endgame guild raids need fire as an element, so that really reduces his effectiveness. I guess they didn't want to do something stupid like give him ice. Is he gonna cash? Alright, what's he gonna do now? Is he gonna swipe? That's the question right now. Is he about to bust out the credit card? As this guy does he does tests of all the characters, and he's a really good resource if you play this game. Like, is he gonna swipe? I've never played Vindictus, man. Never played it. I've already got this game in PGR, and I started playing Aether Gazer too, so I'm not really looking to pick up another one. Plus, Vindictus is like so old. Such an old game. You gotta realize, old service games are like senior dogs and cats at shelters. They get overlooked because they're already so old and they're not going to be around much longer. That's kind of what they're like. But just like senior dogs and cats, they have a lot of value. They're still worth adopting, but there's definitely some sunken cost fallacy there. I don't know if I really want to put time into a game that's been out for like 12 years. Groupie is a senior cat. We're pretty sure she's a senior cat. She's got to be at least 6 or 7. You know, she's an amazing cat, but she would get overlooked just because of how old she is. I don't know. All we really know about Groupie is she just showed up one day, and she had major anxiety. Some of the worst anxiety I've ever seen in a cat. But I was nice to her and I won her over. And the city got her fixed and gave her shots and stuff. Other than that, I have no idea what her backstory is. She looks pretty old. She's got to be at least past 6 or 7, so senior age. The groupie's been around. I've known her since like 2019, I think. Well, she's been hanging out around there probably longer. But yeah, she had major anxiety. It used to be when she first started coming in the house. She would get very terrified. She would cry by the door. She wasn't used to being boxed in. That's what leads me to believe that uh, I think she was just born on the streets. I don't think she was owned by somebody. Because if she was ditched by somebody, she would want to come in. It's like most cats that get dumped by owners and stuff, they want to go back in. They're not sure what's going on. They're like really confused. But no, she had horrendous anxiety. She wouldn't be inside the house unless the door was open and I was right next to her. But she's gotten a lot better. She stays inside by herself. No, I doubt that. Oh, the game is live. Alright, let's go on. I doubt she had kids. Unlikely. It's possible she could have been a mother, yes, but unlikely. Is Aether Gazer out? Yes. I played it earlier today. I'm not going to play it anymore tonight, though. But yeah, her mannerisms when I first started working with her leads me to believe that she was born on the streets. Because most cats that get dumped, they're like more open to being boxed in like that. She was terrified. Now she stays in there almost all the time. She was chilling in the back, sleeping. Global? No. Controller support? Nope. Nope. Gotta set that shit up yourself, man. Yeah, I know, it's annoying. Alright, let's check him out. What does he have on us? His kit. Yeah, he only has one. He only has one element. And neither of them are. The only element he's got is not useful in the guild raids. Does he have dot explosion? Yeah, he does. What's the card set? Here the card set is busted. Successors. Oh, wow. I don't know if I'll bother going for him. You see, does that work on all EX fighters or just Kyo? Kyo doesn't seem like I really need him. I'm glad they haven't power crept Akuma already, but he doesn't seem too hot. Yeah, all EX fighters. Ah, and I've already got them built up too, sure. Oh, got one. Nice. 1 out of 3. Is there an option card? Oh, later, Dissidia. Catch you later. Let's see what they're saying in the Discord before I make a rash decision. Oh, whoa. Cool. Game is blue balling me hard right now. I only need one more card to get the full set. It's giving me everything but that. That's not a I get excited by the rainbow. That's an option card or special card. Yeah. 2 of those. Thanks, game. Thanks. How considerate. I don't need that shit. Come on now. Give me the other one. Come on. You can do it. Come on. Fuck. Even worse, I got this. I already have like 4 of those. Give me that card set. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Damn it. It's RNG. Nope. Nope. That's all, folks. Oh, I got a selector at least. Yeah, everyone's saying to not bother with Kyo. Which is a bummer, because he's like one of my favorite characters. But they're saying you need to get this set. Which is a bummer, I didn't get to complete the set. Well, I got one pity at least. Yeah, I got the second one. So if I could get one more of these, either of the other ones, I could complete the set. And probably get farther in Chapter of Fight. Sucks hard. I don't know, it's good that Kyo's not worth getting, because we just had a collab. We just had a collab. I don't know, they'll probably get a lot of complaints and they'll buff him to like some overpowered level, but they already have a Kuma who does the same thing, and he's already optimized, he's already built. I guess if you skip the collab, he's useful, but I didn't. I got everything from the collab, so seems like that card set is make or break. But just generally how this game goes, characters get power crept hard. The cards don't, for the most part. You can invest in cards and be pretty well off.
ストレス解消にぴったりかも。邪魔だ。あなたには奪われない。
Alright, we got one more. We got one more. One more roll. Just give me that other card, please. Any of the other two. Please. It's already a bad sign. Terrible sign. Yeah, another one of those. Thanks, game. Thanks. Thanks for nothing. 3 of those. Horrible luck. Worst possible luck. Come on. No, I don't want that shit. Not spending any money. Not swiping. Come on. Wow. Three of those. You only need one. Horrendous luck. Oh well. I go ahead and do guild raid. I think I'm gonna go ahead and go to bed. Shouldn't take too long. Oh wow, they upgraded this. It's nice. Yeah, let's go ahead and knock this out. A little bit off schedule because the maintenance. 見せてやろう。死ねOh, he died. That's a reset. Yeah, I was hoping to do it on one try. Rugel's pissed. He didn't get any luck on the cards either. Relatable. Shouldn't take too long, hopefully. That's some bad luck there. Fuck.
You lose. Ready. Fight.
Nice. Nice, nice. Alright, now the victory run.
Ready. Fight. You lose. Ready. Fight.
Yeah! Sikia! Kudetsu! Alright, that didn't take too long. Couple resets there, but not bad. 2 billion, 2.1 bill. Sucks I couldn't get the card set, but seems like he's going to be around. The event's going to be around for a while, so Might be able to get it with free ones. People are saying you need 2 sets. I'm like, damn, I can't afford that. I was hoping to get at least 1. Game said no. I always get really bad luck with that in this game. I get a lot of the option cards. Or like 3 of the special cards. Stupid stuff like that. Sucks. No, this patch is setting a dangerous precedent, though. That card set must give you ridiculous combat power. And it only works on EX characters, so it makes everybody under that a lot less useful. They haven't put in a card set this powerful since the Tekken collab, which was like 3 years ago. So, I don't know, man. It's bound to happen. People have been asking for them to put a set like that in, to be fair. I wouldn't say it's completely done out of greed, but it makes the new tier leaps and bounds better. They're already really good, but now there's no reason to use anyone else. I don't know. It's just a matter of time until that happened, though. As at the same time, it's like unfair that people that got that card set years ago have much easier time in the end game. Because I was playing back then too, but I didn't get the card set. I wasn't lucky enough to get it. Oh. In their defense, I feel like they needed to put another card set out like that, but definitely is pretty greedy that you can only use it on the new tier of characters. Which just makes them even more overpowered. And I've got like 5 of them, so I'll live. Seems like people are saying you should get 2. Not even bother with the new Kyo. Well, that's worth going for, but rush dungeons are always not worth doing until the final tier opens up, because then you get way more points. Yeah, they're all saying don't even bother with Kyo. Well, if I do cash on that game again, it'll be for those cards because they're probably not going to do that again. Yeah, I don't know. I definitely can defend them for doing that. It's just they did it in a greedy way, in that you can only use it on the highest tier. You'd have a lot more characters that would be viable. Am I going to bed? I'm looking at streams right now. If there's a comfy stream on, yes. If not, no. I slept a lot today because I was really drained from stuff going on at my neighbor's house. She was in the ER and stuff. Alright, I guess the party is still going because there's like nothing on right now. Alright, what's next? Thinking either Aether Gazer or some kind of computer type game. I don't feel like setting up the phone. Could try molding on that HunterX final boss again. I don't know if I feel like it though. That sucks though. I saved up those rubies and I didn't complete the set. That's a major bummer, but I expected that to happen. My luck has not been very good lately. Real life. And the game too. That's about what I expected. Nice variety of games tonight. I played like 4 games tonight. Not bad. Sucks that KOF All-Star was a bum deal. Doesn't seem like Iron Man is swiping. Maybe people aren't donating to him or something. normally he swipes. But yeah, if I'm gonna keep playing that game, I have to get those sets. I have to. It's like sucks because I don't have disposable income right now. I'm not going to. Well, I might. And it depends on donations. It depends on whether I can sell my phone. So if I can sell my old phone, I can get like $250 for that, and that would basically fund my trip in full. I could pay for the ticket with the money I make from the channel, and my neighbor will definitely give me some money, and then the phone would allow me to pretty much have some fun over there. It'd pay for food, it'd pay for, I don't know, the dealer's hall. There's not really that much I really want. A lot of it is anime stuff, of course, which I don't watch anime anymore. I haven't for a long time. But they have some stuff I like there. They have some, their nerd shirt selection is really nice. They have a lot of really cool stuff there. Might like grab a shirt. That's pretty much all I'd really want. But that's the plan. I would be able to do that without any help from you guys, which is good because I know I've had to ask a lot lately, and I feel like really bad about that. So hopefully that plan works. Probably about a week or 2 before the vacation, I'm gonna sell my old phone. I can probably get rid of it pretty easily around here. It's unlocked. As far as I know, unlocked phones go for more than ones that are for a specific carrier. There's one right here. 220. Probably undercut that guy for like 200. Well, that's my trump card for the vacation. Is that old phone. Nice, I got a little failsafe there, just in case Elon Musk's dog doesn't come in here and drop like a fat dono. It should still be able to go. And I'll tell my neighbor about it too. I know they really want me to go. They know how hard I've been working over there. Should be pretty feasible. So maybe I can. I don't know, what games are coming out? What games are coming out next month? Let me look before I hop into a game. What's coming out in May? I should try to plan this now because the month is going to be over in like 2 days. I gotta start thinking about this stuff. Wow, it's like really nothing. Not really anything. I don't know why this is still in there. I already have this game. This game got pushed back to June. I was going to play this in May, but they announced it got pushed back to mid-June. Why is this in here? I already have this game. What the hell, man? Well, this comes out on May 10th. This looks kind of decent. Looks really cheap looking, though. I might harvest some fun out of this. I wanted to try this game, but I hear it's got Rogue Legacy 2 syndrome, where it has a lot of potential, but when the game came out, it had like a couple hours of content tops. Which, ironically, Rogue Legacy 2 is coming out in the morning. Rogue Legacy 2 is a really solid game. I need to play more. Probably in May, I'll probably play this. But yeah, this game had the same problem. Had a really good foundation, but it had like 2 hours of content when it came out. So, and they wanted like $25 for it. So, unless you're Elon Musk's dog, it's not really a good deal. That's what that Astral Ascent game seems to be. Like, good game, but super early access. I don't know, games like that, I'd rather just wait until they have more. Oh, I forgot to put action on. That's why there's all the porn games. Sorry. I'm a little tired. What's coming out in May? I'd like to have like at least one new game to play in May, but it's looking like there's not much, which is fine. I have a little bit of a backlog right now. I've got the service games to play too. I can keep things going. Whoa, what is this? This looks kind of cool. Why does it have to be multiplayer online? There's going to be like 2 people playing this. I really hate when I see games like this and then they say, oh, it's a forced multiplayer game. I'm like, dude, no one's going to play this. A lot easier to stomach playing like random indie games like I do when they're single player because I can see all the content and experience the game by myself. I don't know why they keep trying to do that. It would have been better making like another roguelike or something. I can't envision that doing too well, which is a shame. It looks cool. Looks like something I would play, but forced online. I've been down that path too many times. I'm not playing this game, by the way. I'm gonna keep getting asked to play this game. The answer is no. Vito in my Discord, my community, he bought this game. He said it sucked. The gameplay looks terrible. So no. I know I'm gonna get asked to play that like another 800 times. So I'm like, no. Felon Musk's dog comes in here and drops like 10 grand. I'll play it to completion. But other than that, no. It would not be fun to watch me play that. I'd just be complaining about how it's boring over and over. That's not a good experience for both sides of the coin. Gameplay in that game looks super mundane. Not interested at all. Tamsoft, the last game they put out was Onichanbara Origin, and that game was really solid. So they gotta meet their quota. They have to have another crap game. That's how Tamsoft works. If it's like it's an Onichanbara game, it's really good. But then when they start going back to Senran Kagura and the Hyperdimension Neptunia, like super weeby games, those games have shit gameplay. So their next game should be playable. I forgot this comes out on the 19th. I definitely will play this. That's like one game I'll play in May. This, I tried the demo to this and it ran terribly. It ran terribly, so I'm like, I'm not sure. Yeah, moveset was kind of small too. Uh, oh, this looks really cool. Looking like May is just soldiers. I'll play that game. PGR update's not is going to be while I'm on vacation, so there's that, I guess. Aether Gazer. I am kind of enjoying playing that game, but it's a new game in a language I can't really read, so I can't really pass judgment on it just yet. Other than that, yeah, I think this will be the month I put my funds towards the vacation. Um, put the funds towards the vacation, unless Elon Musk's dog comes in here and donates enough for a graphics card. I think that's what I'm gonna do. My revenue's already been really low as it is, so I don't really care about that aspect. I have another low performing month, it's fine. I work with what I have available. Looking like May is pretty barren. Ninja Turtles is probably June or July. I would imagine it's around there, so I have that to look forward to, I guess. That game looks really solid. Yeah, Otherworld Legends is a good game. I'm glad I can get more people to play that. I'll probably check out the port later today. Today I was really just mentally drained. I took a break today. I went to well, I didn't go to, but I went to I can't talk right now. I ordered Five Guys and haven't eaten anything else today at all. I'm like feeling a little bit hungry now. It's been like 12 hours. So that's pretty damn good. But yeah, that's why I didn't stream last night. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna be pissed off because like, the thing about me when I get frustrated at games, it's like 20% the game. It's 30% me knowing that I can do better, and then the other 30% is other things that are happening in my life that I get pissed because it's kind of an outlet. So I was like, you know what? I shouldn't stream. I shouldn't have streamed yesterday. I'm glad I didn't. I just hung out. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for tonight, folks. Uh, should be the normal amount of streams later today. Uh, I'll definitely try to raise some funds for stuff, but it's looking like, from what I'm seeing right here, it's looking like there's not many games coming out next month. So, uh, I can comfortably put almost all my resources from this channel, the revenue I make organically and donations and stuff, I can put that into the vacation. And I have the phone to sell as well, so it's looking like that's what I'm gonna do. We'll probably I might cash on one of the service games or something. Maybe Aether Gazer. I don't know how the monetization in that is yet. I don't know if it's dolphin friendly. I'm hearing it's not free to play friendly. If it's dolphin friendly like PGR, where I can drop like the price of like a Netflix subscription a month and get most of the stuff, I'm cool with that. But if it's whale territory, especially next month when I have like very little disposable income, it's going to be a hard no. But we'll see. Good night, my friends. I'll see if I feel like streaming after lunch. Probably play some more Ultra Age. Good night.